welcome everyone to another episode of Schnozzcast. You are joined by your hosts, Bob, Cory, Nick, and Todd. Let's get right into it. Fading down very gently.
Nice and slow.
Gently fade. Wait, back up a little bit again. And then back down again. Wait, back even up a little bit higher.
Yeah, boy.
Back down all the way to the bottom. Wait, no, not yet. Still going. And then back to the bottom. There it is. All right. Todd, how are you, sir?
I am mighty. 2023, biatch.
Is that what year it is?
Good call on the year, I think.
Very nice, Todd. Very nice.
Nick, how are you?
Oh, fantastic.
Cory?
Whoa. Hey. How's it going?
Excellent, sir. If you are new to the podcast, thank you for joining us. You can follow us out here every week and catch old episodes, recent episodes out on the streaming services, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Podbean, Stitcher, or anywhere else where you can get a podcast. You can also follow us on social media at Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Schnozzcast. You can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text us anytime, day or night, at 618-SHOCKER.
Yeah.
Shocker.
If you want to text the Shocker line and say, hey, it's been a month and a half since we've heard an existential question, more than welcome. Go ahead and do that.
Fudge.
Go ahead and do that. If you feel like, you know, maybe we've heard sports 5 times and TikToks every week and, you know, all the other segments multiple times and we haven't heard a question in a month and a half, text us at 618-SHOCKER.
We'll let
Sometimes
that
you
be the deciding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we
you
get
know
a
what?
text or a call, we'll absolutely do one of those questions.
Yeah.
Follow
Or
the
we could
talent.
just shut the whole thing down right now.
I thought you were waiting for the live show to do your
That's what I was told.
next upcoming existential question.
Follow the talent.
We've realized that if a live show is not going to happen,
Not
then-
this week.
All right, we can talk off the air.
Yeah, you guys
All
are
right.
wasting people's time. People tuned in to get educated this week, damn it.
Did they? Is that why they tuned in? Their source of truth is the Schnozzcast.
Okay, people tuned in because they have really dark and boring, pathetic lives.
You could just say boring and pathetic. It's fine.
I feel sorry for you. What are you doing?
Hold on. Are you directing this to our audience who were trying to
Yes.
goad and cajole
Yes.
to listen to us?
People were trying
What
to
did
bring
you-
to us
Yeah.
the amazing.
We need to be nice to them.
I
People.
am.
Those 3
They're
people
better.
out there who are thinking about tuning in.
3 people exactly.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Dillon,
Yes, sir.
I feel like you need to be let loose here with some grievances.
Word.
Use kids in your complicated shoes.
I thought you were playing the good one.
We're doing the new one.
Okay.
The Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're gonna hear about it. As a rain blows upon him, I realized there had to be another way. What happened to the dump? It was destroyed. And at the Festivus dinner, you gather your family.
There's a lot of bells in
and
this
tell them all
song.
the ways they have disappointed you.
They're
over the
quick.
past year.
It feels like it's a Disney
I got a beef.
Star Wars
Yo.
show.
More like a grievance.
Wait, is that the rap that was supposed to be in the
Oh,
song?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a beef, yo. More like more like a. See, I'm screwing up my lines. Damn it! Turn it off.
Just start the
It's
show.
gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
That was wow.
It's gonna be awesome.
God, you're the whitest
was
black
so-
guy I know.
that was totally
I
worth
know. It's much harder than it should be.
Todd, you were
I've
spitting
been
some bars there,
assimilating
sir.
too long. I've been
Man,
assimilating
oh, man.
too long.
Marshall Mathers would be proud.
Dude,
I've got a grievance now myself.
I got mad lyrics, but my freaking rap game is weak right now.
Ooh, it is.
I'm a Padawan.
It is warm in here from those hot bars.
I know. But tell, hey guys, is that beat and rhythm? Is that hitting the spot?
For a while it was. Yeah.
You know what, man?
I got ahead of myself.
If you don't speak to our black audience, I don't know who does.
Especially with church bells in the background.
It's not about that. I will. At the end of the day, what I'm learning now is, again, I thought I was on to something. I've been writing. I told weeks ago I have lyrics, but I've been working on actually just getting those tracks down, and literally I've given up. And so I started working on the music the last week.
As most good artists do.
Yeah.
They just give up.
They give up.
Yeah, I needed to reset, dude, because you guys saw kind of my first. You guys, I'm like, maybe all my practice will kick in, and clearly it did not.
Todd, it was a joke, man. We don't have a black audience. Come on.
That's true. Whoa. That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true.
It's very true.
You can't kind of host as the audience.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, we don't. Just like we don't have an audience that's in their 18 to 21. We don't have that audience either.
Yeah.
That's because we have Bob.
Our audience
He's very
consists
old.
of Bob's girlfriend. And that is pretty much it.
All the
Cory's wife doesn't even listen. God damn it. This is getting depressing now.
all the analytics we've seen, it's like 30 through 45 is like our audience, like our target, and most are guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And they were waiting for you to spit those fucking
Dude,
red-hot rhymes.
wait a minute. Hold on a second. And here's my thing. So for the world, again, I exposed myself, and thank you for making fun of me. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
When I lay this track down, when I come with it
Okay.
in the next couple weeks,
You're not
you guys are going to
with
be
it.
impressed. I'm working at it. I'm working
okay.
at it.
Todd, you can't
working at
spit hot bars and then give an apology.
I'm coming.
It's not how the rap game works.
Hey, this rap game.
Because no one knows the
I
rap
saw-
game
Oh,
like
better
Cory
game.
Zaleski.
Exactly.
This rap game. I ain't selling myself for this rap game.
I think you should. That might be a good start. That might be a good start.
It is harder than they make
I
it
think
look.
that's the one takeaway from this is that it is harder than it looks.
Yes, it is.
And even if you sell your soul, I still don't know if it's going to be a solid career, sir.
I know. I don't need to take another one with me. Somebody slow.
I'll
and short.
sell two. Get the fuck out of here. I know you're not talking about me.
I love the mental process that must have been going on in his head when he heard that song and he's like, you know what? I think this is the time. I need to unleash these rhymes and these guys.
I know,
and these
dude.
Fools.
Dude, the
I'm just-
lyrics. The
I didn't
lyrics have been
include them
written
in the song
The
that I
lyrics have
said
been
to
written
you.
for months.
But
the lyrics
now
have
is
been
the
written for
time.
months.
I feel like that if anything were more true, it would absolutely be the statement that Todd made when he was having struggles with the temperature going on his heated toilet seat. I think there were a lot of black fists in the air at that point. I think there were. I really do. I think they really understood you at that point in time. They were like, "Fucking speak on, my brother. Speak on."
Look, Diddy did it. Jay-Z did it. You can spit rhymes about helicopters
Dude,
and heated toilet seats.
I-
It's fine.
I feel good that now I have a little better understanding of what it was like sitting in the studio with Dr. Dre.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could just never wrap my head around that before, but now seeing how easy it is and
Yeah.
how just anyone can do it.
You put yourself in the place of that white producer who's sitting in the corner going
Anybody
like,
can do it. Dude,
I don't think
when
this is
started
working,
track,
Dre.
I'm like,
I might
if
as-
those
I might as well-
knuckleheads can do it.
I might as well be an old Jew right now. That's
The crazy part is
Yeah.
he makes it sound so easy, doesn't he?
it. Was just, dude, it just flowed. It just flowed.
Todd
so
or Jay-Z? Who are we talking about?
I mean, the difference. Can you
So
tell the two? They
close.
blend together.
Exactly.
I mean,
Can you tell them apart? Because I can't.
he did come
I-
with a lot of confidence.
I would lose
with a
that.
Jay-Z level of confidence.
I would lose that challenge every day, Nick.
Dude,
every single day.
seriously.
It was just wow.
All right. Are we doing existential questions?
No, we're waiting for the. Sorry, we've derailed your grievances.
Holy shit!
We're gonna. Yeah, that's what the song was.
Hey, cue the
The
music.
song was for the grievances.
Cue
all,
the
I have,
music.
all I have to say is, who is this man from Brooklyn?
Cue the music.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
The rest of this begins with the airing
Jesus
of
Christ.
grievances.
Come on,
I
Todd.
got a lot of problems with you people.
Second round.
Now,
He's trying.
you're gonna hear
He's
about
trying.
Did he just leave the room?
No.
As a rain blows upon
still
him, I
here.
realize that
Just turned
All
his
right,
hat
sorry,
around.
sorry, man. All right.
All right. Here's my grievance this week. All right. Get that camera on me.
All right.
You got it, Todd.
All right.
There you go.
So-
That's the attitude we're looking for
All right.
from a major rap star.
Yes. First and foremost, I am a dog and pet lover. So pet owners out there.
Oh, yeah.
Stop leaving your dogs to roam the neighborhood at night unattended. Because last night, I'm minding my business, walking my dog, and I got somebody's piddly little 25-pound freaking ankle biter asshole freaking running up on me and Bo, my man Bo. Keep your dogs in your house or in your yard. Don't let them run around chasing people around. It's not safe for them. Really not safe for them. Not safe for... Come on, be a good pet owner. That's some bullshit.
Well,
Keep
Todd,
your dogs in your eyes, in your sight, please.
Well, Todd, once your rap career takes off, you'll be able to get out of the hood, and you won't have to worry about that problem.
Keep your dogs in your eyes. That's all. I mean, more eloquent words.
Well,
have
then
never been spoken.
don't leave your dogs outside unattended. I think that's the message I'm trying to get. Last night on a walk with my dog, and I have a big dog. He's a nice dog, but I had this dog running us out of the neighborhood, and I'm like, dude, if my dog bites your dog, people are like, I got to now take care of the dog because I'm a dog lover. I wouldn't leave a dog wounded, but clearly, if Bo had snapped his little neck, it would have been not our fault. But anyway, please, be a responsible pet owner, keep your dogs in your eyesight at all times.
What would your dog's voice sound like if it had a voice?
What would Bo sound like?
Yeah. Man, why you walking so fast, motherfucker?
Hey, how's it going?
No. Bo, I don't think Bo has that. Hey.
Wait, hold on.
That,
What's that?
I don't think he has that pimp bass.
He doesn't have a pimp bass?
No. I think
what is a pimp bass? That's not like the whitest question ever, but what is a pimp bass?
That's what Nick was imitating.
I still don't know what it is.
Do it again, Nick.
Don't misconstrue wag for swag. That's all I gotta say.
Still don't know.
Keep up, motherfucker. Keep up, motherfucker.
I don't know.
That's it.
What you watching me shit for?
That's it.
He doesn't have that strong.
It's that Cleveland.
A white guy
doesn't have that
pimp
Cleveland.
voice? That's the
doesn't have
pimp
that
bass?
Cleveland, Bob. Cleveland.
Oh, so hold on. No, that'd be completely different. That would be. You just watched me shit. That's nasty.
That's Cleveland from
That's nasty.
from Family Guy. That's
Cleveland.
totally different Cleveland.
It's Cleveland from Cleveland, Bob. He got his own gig.
Going on these walks
right.
with you is terrible.
From Family Guy.
The funniest thing in the world was when Snoop Dogg, Seth, what's his face from Family Guy?
Green?
No, from Family Guy.
McFarland.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Isn't there a Seth Green who does
He
the
goes-
voice on Family Guy?
He goes.
He's on Robot Chicken.
He goes.
He's also on Family Guy. Go
yeah,
fuck yourself.
I believe he is. He does.
He's
The
Chris.
son. Yeah. He goes.
You're welcome.
Snoop Dogg gets up to the mic and he goes, "Hey Seth, just so you know, ain't no black motherfuckers watching Family Guy or the Cleveland Show." He goes, "Ain't no black motherfuckers watching the Cleveland Show."
Is that on the roast?
Yeah. He goes, just so you know, ain't no black motherfuckers watching the Cleveland Show.
Todd, is this a good spot to put a break in the grievances just for a second and do a shot?
Indeed.
All right. What are you drinking?
Oh, I am drinking something. I'm drinking glass spiced vodka.
Oh,
Sorry, fuck.
Spiced
Man.
vodka in a glass?
no, glass spiced.
Glass spiced vodka.
Hold that up to the
Dude,
camera, Todd.
That is the most delicious kind. When they take that molten glass and pour it right into that vodka, man, that's spicy.
White hot, but super
Delicious.
smooth.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. First of all, for those that are audio listeners,
You three motherfuckers out there. Yeah.
Th-
This is for you.
no,
When we
it's-
get to let's do a shot and then we tell a story.
no, because it's a tiny ass little bottle, so I know it's very expensive.
Can we talk about that tiny bottle after we do a shot?
Yeah, let's do the shot.
All right, cool.
Please join us.
Then we'll talk
Cheers.
about the bottle, Todd.
Yeah, we can talk about it all day.
Salute.
I feel like these people at home that are like,
Delicious.
"Come on!" like holding up their.
Take forever.
It's almost, and it's not just Cory because we've all done it once. It's almost
Oh, yeah,
as if
we've all been guilty.
it's some sort of challenge subconsciously that we're like, "Oh, we have to do this now." No, we don't.
Hey, let me tell you about the plot of The Godfather.
Yeah. Now that we have it, we don't have to worry about going to get it, so we can start talking about it.
Yeah.
So-
Citizen Kane, hold on. Let me tell you what I think about that.
So it's this tiny little bottle of vodka,
Yeah.
and it's not clear, which
It's spiced. It's
well,
spiced vodka.
With glass.
Glass is the distiller.
No, who's on first?
Pour molten glass.
Todd, what's the flavor profile of that spiced vodka?
Molten sand.
No, it's a dry cinnamon.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Delicious.
It is really good. It's, so, and the owner of Glass Distillery is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Originally, he's got a distillery that does tours in downtown Seattle. And Glass makes all their. That's a 375. That's why it's small.
Is it George Glass?
No, his last.
And you said he's from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Michigan.
Oh, okay. A slight delay. Sorry for the audience.
Yeah, I'd actually be very interested in trying some of that.
All right, so we're all interested in the vodka.
It's very, very good. And for my beer, I'm drinking from Georgetown Brewing, baby. I'm drinking that Bodhisattva IPA. Badass to the bone.
I was going to ask you if you were drinking Brody Fafa tonight.
Bodhisattva.
Oh, that's what I said.
Anyway, Todd, back to the grievances.
Yes. Second grievance. And I know that people told me to take a break from it, but I traveled recently. And I got a beef I got to freaking get out there. Well, more like a grievance. Anyway.
Okay, you're on the plane.
Yeah, this is airing of grievances, not airing of beefs.
I'm on the plane.
Yeah.
And I happen to get upgraded to first class.
Oh, that's crazy.
How about that?
What do you know?
What are the odds?
Yeah, what are the odds?
The AIRing of grievances.
But I know here's my grievance. Airlines, please have 90% of the meat entree and 10% of the vegetarian entree, because when you start the process by going, would you like the braised beef with mashed potatoes and asparagus, or the veggie bowl with some seasonal vegetables and a light rice pilaf? Do you know what people are going to say? They don't want no freaking rice pilaf.
Hold on.
Veggie
People
mix.
at Coach don't get asked politely like that which course they'd like.
I've never been on a flight and been asked what meal I want whatsoever.
This seems like a first class problem.
Yeah, dude.
I was going to say, dude, it's probably been like 1982 since the general public has been asked what meal they want on a plane, because I don't think
happens every
they don't do that in Coach anymore, buddy. They don't do meals on planes. So if they're still
what planes are you flying on?
The ones that we can afford.
The same ones that you're on, but just in Coach. Coach does not do. They don't do meals.
Todd, when you're sitting in your chair.
So by the time they get back to me, they're like, "Would you like the cheese tray or the freaking veggie bowl?" I'm like,
"What the fuck?
I want to braise beef, motherfucker."
When
I
you're
don't want to
sitting in your chair and you have to get up to go to the bathroom and you happen to glance over your left shoulder, a long way down that aisle, to those poor motherfuckers that are sitting back there and they're sweaty and they're cramped and they're uncomfortable. Just that's where Nick's at.
Bob, I have a sad truth.
What do you mean, Nick?
I'm
sorry, that's where the rest of the podcast is at.
I sit next to the window so I can turn my head away and never see the shame.
First of all, that's where Nick's at, because Nick's probably flown more than everyone else on this podcast except for you. Bob's still sitting in Dearborn. Corey's in Roseville.
So that's where Nick's
in
at.
Coach. Yeah,
that's where Nick's at, is in Coach.
I was gonna say, all those smelly, poor assholes that walk past you.
I never saw them. I've never seen them.
Those are us, Todd.
That's the Schnozzcast.
Those people are us.
I've never seen them.
And let me just say this.
I don't look at them.
Let me just say this for one culinary connoisseur to another. When was the last time you saw the chef walk by you in first class or going into Coach or anywhere on the plane?
The chef?
Exactly.
Of what?
Of nothing. Because guess what? Those are all reheated fucking frozen meals that you're getting on the plane. There's no fucking kitchen.
Hey.
There's
Nick,
no.
Hey, Nick, can I tell you something?
Whatever it is, whatever.
You should
the
watch
people in
that
first
show
class are getting better food than the Coach class.
The people in first class are getting food. Period. That's all you got to say. Food.
So hold on a second.
So people in Coach are getting less than food.
Bob, if you would,
I would.
All right. Well, this is an audio podcast.
So Nick,
yeah,
you're being lied to. have a meal up in first class. You'll change your mind.
I'm not.
There's a chef preparing those meals.
Let me tell you this.
I'm fine on.
From someone who's been a sous chef, for someone that's cooked food for you guys and reheated it, food can be fantastic and reheated, but let's not get it twisted. You are not getting like fresh.
Yeah.
meals.
There's not a galley where they're cooking it fresh. No, but clearly they're getting as close to that freaking door of the plane as they can.
They're trying. Yeah, they're trying,
and they do a pretty good job.
That's why the bathrooms are so
sucks.
goddamn small. There's a full kitchen back there.
And the thing that sucks is, everybody wants to braise beef, damn it. You know it. That's why the dude starts, and I'm like, dude's starting to apologize, but midway back, because the perfect seat is that last row of first class.
I'll just say this right now. I don't know if I'd be ordering fish on a plane. I'll leave it right there. But if it's fantastic, then that's great.
The food's been fantastic, but I don't like it when my
movie was
choices are
terrifying.
limited.
Fish on a plane. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I know, first world problem. I'm not denying it, but it was a valid beef.
But you know what? Maybe that's our sweet spot, and that's where we pull in the audience.
First world problem.
Those first world people who are like, yeah, I'm also having that same problem with getting fresh fish on my first class.
No, it wasn't fish. It was the braised beef or the veggie bowl.
That's such a big demographic. I don't know how we're missing it.
Look, it's an untapped resource.
Yeah,
it's my niece. She's like, it was so hard. I had to go out and buy a generator, this week, because
hang on now.
my
She
fiance
from North Dakota?
No. Because my fiance's in Japan for work. I'm like,
did she also have her mother's credit card as a picture?
And a
on her
picture
phone
of it
that she was showing.
She could have had all her mother's credit cards, which is my sister, and they would have been declined. So
Fair enough.
I have a picture of a credit card with a name that is similar to mine. It has most of the letters. Could you please put this through?
We're just gonna
and if you don't, I'll just go to I'll go out into the parking lot and order it online.
We're gonna ask Cory.
I didn't even leave the store.
This is really
That's how committed I was. I wasn't about to leave that fucking generator behind.
This is the funny thing is people that are eating like the jarred spaghetti sauce with spaghetti noodles, putting it on pieces of Wonder Bread with some butter and chewing it right now, listening to this show. Like, I don't know if they're really empathetic to the $1,500 generator and first class food problems that we have.
But hold on.
Back up.
That wheat Wonder with syrup.
It's why people watch the Housewives of whatever, because you want to experience
those rich cunts.
You want to experience, like, these are problems I don't have. Let's see how the other half lives.
And first of all,
this is such a black show,
and I wasn't trying to point on the
it's universal
price of the generator.
Yeah.
It was the day that went on that I was trying to point at. So
yeah,
I'm very thankful for the generator. It wasn't my hard-earned money, so I'm very, very, very.
I literally have someone.
You'll never use it now. You know that, don't you?
I know, dude. So in
it's going to be at least 2 years before you ever use that generator.
In 2004, when we had that huge blackout that lasted for like 4 days in the middle of July, once everything came back to and things kind of got back to normal.
Yeah, that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, my parents went out and bought a generator right after that.
Right.
They're like, never again are we going to have that problem.
Never again, they said.
Yeah.
Got that generator, I'm top of the line, way better than what I have, and didn't hook it up for 16 years after that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how it works. That's Mary and I had the same situation. When we moved
in the box.
Go ahead.
Mary and I moved in Boston. We lost power, and the straw that broke the camel's back was I was actually traveling to Singapore for a week, and Mary lost power for like 4 days. And she's like, we got to get a generator. Because, of course, you got lucky. Normally, you're like, we need a generator. So then I drove all around, couldn't find one. And then we're like, as soon as this is over, we're going to buy a generator. And we did. Never, ever hooked it up. We moved it from Boston to Seattle, had it here for a year, but we switched to the automatic switchover one. But ultimately, never, ever used that thing. Never lost power again for more than like an hour or so.
Yeah, I know that's probably how it's going to be, but again, if it does,
you have the same. Now you have peace of mind.
Exactly. The one thing that I'm most thankful for is that, especially if it's in the summer, I know we won't lose our fridge and our deep freezer, That's the only two things that I care about really hooking up in the house that we definitely need.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyways, sorry to get back on that rant.
Yeah.
And Bob, Ian McNeil, owner of Glass Vodka from Grand Rapids.
Ian McNeil, owner of Glass Vodka. All right.
I think I went to high school with him.
Committing that to memory immediately.
Edsel Ford, class of 85.
He was 86, Todd.
Great callback. Great callback, sir. I appreciate that. Have we reached the end of your grievances, Todd?
I'm done with my grievances.
We've
today.
almost reached the end of the show.
Here we go.
And we see him heading in that direction. The 20. He's going for 40. And it's 90 seconds forward.
All right, 90 Second Sports by Todd Dillon. I assume, Corey, you were going to be doing the on-screen?
I can do the on-screen.
Okay.
If I can find it here.
If you can find it.
All right, Todd.
You ready, my friend?
I'm ready. Seems like the clock started early. Give me a second, though. I could talk about a ton of things tonight, but I'm not going to talk about a ton of things. I'm going to talk about something I found out about as the most interesting sport in the world on Valentine's Day, the day of love. You know what I'm talking about? Valentine's Day. Mary and I were out for dinner, and we were having, and we took a chance this year. We went to a restaurant new to our area, and they were having a supper night where you had Valentine's Day dinner with a bunch of people you didn't know, and you had a 5-course meal with no preview of what they were serving. But I was in because they're like, hey, the meal's guaranteed. If you don't like your meal, no problem. You don't pay. I was loaded for bear. I'm like, I am going to hate this meal, but get fed for free. Lo and behold, we go there, meet some great people, have an awesome meal, and had one of the best Valentine's Days ever. And I got to talk about our podcast. So we're going to have some new listeners coming to the podcast.
Hold on. Is this a sports?
No, Q. Let him keep going.
Okay,
keep going.
keep going.
He's got 15 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. It feels like I got robbed a little bit. But lo and behold, I started talking about this stupid podcast and about how I do a segment called Sports. And they told me about this sport called skijoring. And did you know the first Irish team, the Navens, Susan and Barry Lynch, are going to be...
No, that's it.
Wait. Fuckers.
Sorry, man. That's how it goes. That's the segment.
That's
sorry,
some
dude.
bullshit.
That was fantastic.
I was just getting to the good part.
Were you? Were you just getting to the good
do you even know what skijoring is?
No.
And now we will never know.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the next segment of 90 Second Sports, you may actually find out what that means.
That's the way it's going to have to be.
That's some bullshit.
Believe it or not, Corey and I do not know what that means.
We do not.
Yep.
By
And
any
we're
means.
going to go the rest of the night without knowing exactly what that means.
Nope. I'm going to have to wait to see if Todd pulls it up again in 90 Second Sports.
I'm not going to call Todd after the podcast going like, hey, can you just tell me what that means? I'm waiting, just like you are, with bated breath to find out what that means.
I can't believe I was watching it take down. I'm like, he hasn't said a word about sports.
Right. I'm like, do I jump in here? What do I do? Corey's
no.
like,
I was just waiting.
Shut.
I was just waiting, and
yeah,
it came up at the very last second.
You know what? When we first started talking about 90 Second Sports, this is exactly
Todd,
this is exactly what I wanted to happen. Build up to it for 45 seconds and then try to spend 15 seconds explaining a 2-minute thing. And never get to it, never finish it. It's better that way.
That's how the game goes.
That is
how the game goes.
And with that,
Are you ready?
TikToks.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
you sons of bitches. Thanks to Todd Dillon, I have now removed the other TikToks button from the mixer. And this is all we have left. There's no chance of me fucking it up. So now you're in it for the long haul. This is the long version. There's still like 30 seconds left to go.
It gets better though.
Does it? Does it get better?
All right, pull it down. Pull it down.
Track. Here we go. Oh man!
Sorry, Todd. I love it, but you're gonna hate me for this one because it's another one of your favorites. And this was actually given to me by Nick Bader himself. It's another version of bad lip reading from the state.
Bad what?
Yeah, I know. I fucked up there.
All right.
Were you doing that yourself for the segment?
Yeah. Bad lip reading from Congress.
Loogie of dust. I am confident. Yeah, that's obvious. Dead eyes?
The ship's haunted.
Like your face. Ripper Pogo.
I'm buying a cow.
Sounds about right. Crinkly love stick.
Oh no. Oh.
You're fine. Danger glands. I found a tack in my flip-flop and now I'm suing. Old man tycoon.
Remember, speak up. Tonight I'm partying. Have 4 stork eggs and a pony. You'll love it.
Not joining you. Ox cord.
Are there any snacks?
Think there's some raisins. Prince of Real.
Enchanté.
I will off you.
Queen of sneezing. The neck hurts? Go tell a friend. Domehead.
Everybody heard you.
Domehead.
Shart in the forest. I love big arteries. Of course you do.
Well played, sir.
So, thank you, Nick.
I don't get any of that. And like that's
there's always that one.
Yep.
All right, so this I wanted to show you guys.
I feel like Bob's on the border of not getting it too. He's like really, really on the border. Like he can find some humor in it, but I feel like he's like, I could easily be like, this sucks too.
Okay.
Of bad lip reading. Like,
all right.
I feel like you're kind of right there. You're teetering.
Okay.
You're not like it's something like I'm in love with this.
So it must be a large penis thing.
All right.
Before we get to the next one, we got a shot sitting here.
We do?
Gentlemen.
Yes, you haven't poured yours, Todd? Come
on.
Gentlemen,
start your engines.
Reach down into the shot grundle and grab yourself something.
Ooh. I don't think it was a shot.
Glass spiced bitches.
All right. There it
cheers.
is. Oh, here we go.
Salute.
All right, so next one I got for you guys. I want to see if any of you would ever think about doing something of this nature.
Well,
this is
at first glance feels like you got your jumblies out in the cold for no good reason.
Yes, it is very cold outside from the looks of things, and this guy looks very Viking-like, and it appears he's picking up 2 axes to do something. So let's see what he does.
Can I ask a question, Cory, before you play?
Fuck? Is he jumping into a pool of... What the fuck?
Belly flop?
Dude, I saw this. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
No.
His last video.
I'm going to put that right into the category of things I will never do.
He again, watch, he belly flops into this very small body of water.
I don't care if those are plastic axes. This is insane. Oh,
no, he switches it up.
Yeah,
he pussied out from a belly flop at the end.
He cannonballs right at the end.
Yeah, he tucked in a little bit, but dude, still from that height and hitting that water that's that cold with 2 axes in your hands,
they're not real axes.
Dude, I can't wait to assign you my
Let's
next
assume that they're
documentary.
styrofoam axes.
I don't care if they're real or not.
But
I really don't.
Dumbassery.
Yeah, I would never do
The
that.
height and the cold is all I care about. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he's wearing, how he flops. I don't fucking care about all that. That's too fucking cold.
Oh, here we go.
all right, and this last one I got for you guys.
Nick, though? At least his steroid nuts were already halfway into his body.
If they were even there. All right, so the last one is some Letterkenny bloopers that I have never ever seen before. Apparently, this is a new thing that's starting to surface on Instagram.
Okay.
So So you don't know if this is funny or not?
I mean, I've seen this video.
Oh,
yes.
okay. All right. That was a lie. All right, go ahead.
What's moist and warm? What's moist and warm and close to heaven in earthly form?
I've taken thousands.
Hundreds.
Yeah, hockey players definitely lead the. Sorry, what is it? Mind your boner batter.
Don't spray any spunky. Don't spray any spunky brute. What is that
Take it from
line?
London Bridge.
Spunky Brewster School.
Good. Yep. Hockey players lead the way in London bridging broadskis. You just. Was that too much?
How's your day? What is he doing?
You need anything from the store?
There's a huge dildo in his pants.
So the thing, it's kind of counterintuitive in that if it was comedy gold, it would have made the show. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating.
Todd, that's like saying.
But if it was comedy gold, it would have made the show.
Why would you put bloopers in a show?
Yeah, they fucked something up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The end product is
no.
better than what the blooper was.
Nope. By the end of it, so Seinfeld bloopers, Friends bloopers, all that, since they're not included in the show, that makes it a bad show.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, as a TikTok video, there's a bunch of stuff that wasn't. So it was to see them laugh at something that was written very funnily and they couldn't hold their laugh. That's
oh my
gold.
God! Oh my God! Funnily? Really? We're just gonna breeze past funnily? What is with you, Bob?
It's Pam, isn't it?
What is with you guys tonight?
It's naturally freaking wordy, isn't it?
Funnily. Jesus.
Funnily. Funn illy.
Well played.
My name's Kyle. Can you spell that phonetically? Yes, it's K as in Kyle, Y as in aisle.
No, I'm sorry. My name is you misinterpreted me. My name is Kyle Funnily.
LQE. Kyle.
So that's TikToks for the week.
Funnily.
Thank you, Cory.
Thanks, Cory.
Well played, sir.
I chuckled a bit.
And now we get down to the last half of the show.
Why does it have to be the last half, Bob? Why can't it be the first half in reverse?
The first half in reverse of the show. Thank you, Todd.
Existential question of the week.
That seems so pedestrian now.
Wow,
does it?
As opposed to your hot bars?
Don't worry, it only happens. Don't worry, it only happens every 3 months.
Well played, Cory.
All right. So for this installment of Nick's existential question of the quarter, we're going to go a couple different places. One, we're going to leave you with something that will make you ponder some things, and then we're going to ask you a question. So we'll leave the pondering to the second half when Cory decides to come back, because he walks away like I do during sports, which is completely fine. So
clarifying question.
Mm-hmm.
When do I get to walk away then?
Whenever you want. No one's watching. No one's watching any of us. You can walk away at any time. Anytime. There's a lot of noise upstairs. I don't know what's going on. So anyhow, this version or installment of the existential question of the month is, what is one important thing that must be by your bedside every night? Has to be. Can't be, I'm just going to say, cannot be something like phone. Can't be my phone. Everyone's got their phone. We know that. What needs to be next to your bed every single night? And that's what the people really want to know.
I'll go first.
Can you repeat the question?
I'll go first.
Yeah. What is the one the most important thing that has to be by your bedside. Power outages, everything that's going on. We know you have your cell phone. What is the other thing? What needs to be at your bedside?
So hold on. You mentioned power outages. That's a very important distinction.
Sure.
My answer might be different if there's no power.
But it's something that has to be there. I understand
If
that
power's
if
there,
you
I
didn't
have
have
one
power,
answer.
it would be like, whoa, it's a flashlight. I get that.
No, that wouldn't be it.
I'm saying predominantly most.
Okay, let's assume there's power.
There's power.
All right, there's power.
Most nights.
I'll say CPAP. Easy.
The CPAP.
Absolutely.
Now, okay, so people that don't know, Bob went in for a sleep study. He was in
a bad way.
They diagnosed him with apnea and said that he needed to have a CPAP.
The apnea.
And he
that old apnea.
He has gone on and on about how it's fantastic and it's amazing. Looks like
apnea?
Yeah.
The apnea.
The apnea.
I've seen, being in hotels, I've seen him put it on, and it looks like someone that's intubated.
Yep.
But you know what?
Going on a deep sea excursion.
We'll just skip past that.
Oh my God! I'm surprised I got that down.
Don't worry. Don't worry. He'll take care of that.
I was feeding off of your face.
He'll take care of that. He'll take care of that in post.
Excursion.
That hurts.
All of our flutters are not going to be taken care of, but that will be gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a person that snores a lot, goes in my family, apnea is in my family. I know I have sleep apnea. I've woken up multiple times. I mean, you're almost choking, gasping for breath. I've had people tell me, they're like, "Hey, you know what? You were sleeping. You stopped breathing for several minutes."
Thank you for not,
because you were swimming in your dream. What the hell?
I see you swimming in your dreams.
Dude, you're telling me that I'm saving all manner of motherfuckers in my dreams, and they all fucking seem to fall off bridges into fucking deep water. And I fucking jump out there, fucking dive in the water, and I'm like, I'm gonna save you because you know what? I took advanced life-saving class. Almost died. Me and Mike Holmes almost killed each other fucking 2 semesters in a row swimming before football practice. Dumbass when you got no body fat. But I'm gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
When I dream now, I dream of saving motherfuckers in the deep end of the pool. And so when I wake up, I haven't been breathing for 2 minutes because I've been saving motherfuckers in my dreams.
Todd, everybody knows you can't swim, okay? So just stop.
I swim
just
like a fucking beaver,
right now. Swimming is a very sensitive topic on this podcast for a lot of folks. Not for me, but for a lot of people.
I don't know.
I was saying not for me either. But
I'm a strong swimmer.
Okay.
And the tortoise definitely knows how to swim.
Corey,
I think we're getting far afield from
Corey,
where we started.
Can you key up the Baywatch theme?
Oh yeah, I don't have it on hand. Sorry.
So when Some People Stand in the Darkness starts to come out, then we'll finish. But anyhow, so what I'm trying to say though is that I empathize with Bob. I need something like that. I need to go and get that done. I envy him for what he tells me that is amazing sleep after someone that went from not having something.
What's that?
He gets better oxygenation.
But here's the thing. It's someone that knows what it's like. I mean, it's easy to say that ignorance is bliss, right?
No.
And I'm sure
dumbassery.
Ask Todd to say that. Let's see how he
dumbassery. Ignorance?
I'm talking specifically to you, Bob. Okay.
Yep.
So
thank you.
Before you had it, you probably didn't feel like you were missing anything.
No, I did. I was exhausted.
Yeah, but you don't really know the full extent of that until you have a normal night's sleep.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I knew I was getting a shitty night's sleep, and there wasn't anything else I could do but take the sleep study.
But you can't realize how much better it can be until you have that.
Exactly.
Is what Nick's saying.
That's like a person that's born blind. You know, you can't be like, oh yeah, I knew the world was much better. Like you don't necessarily.
No, you do.
No, you don't.
Jesus, Todd.
So when I hear things like what he tells me, you know, yeah, he's hooked up, like he looks like he's in the ICU, but
he's not wrong.
No, it's very true.
Bob, you don't have to wear the hospital gown when you put the CPAP on.
Yeah.
It's not a requirement.
No, you do.
But from what I've heard, like my aunt has one. And
Yellow socks.
She's like something about like jets of air being shot down through your nose. She's like, is the most. She's like, I fall asleep within seconds. She's like, it is literally like I'm out.
I know it's your aunt, but has she ever had jets of air across her butt? People might like that too.
What?
Todd, I'm Nick, and I'm not sure if we've ever spoken before.
Jets of air across
What
any.
did you just say?
Seems like a freaking good thing.
I was going to say, what
Is this
what
because Mary is left for the night?
how are you gauging this airflow on the butt?
I don't know what's happening.
Do you have some sort of bed that
This giant, drastic increase of grundle
I feel like we've made a
airflow.
horrible mistake with this segment.
Anyhow, we'll move on. Bob's is a CPAP. All right, we're going to move on. This is why questions are the greatest, and we only do them every 3 months. So I'm going to go with
Come
Cory.
back in July for more questions.
Exactly. Cory.
the Glock? That's
Glock's by the side
every night,
all the time.
yes, sir.
Doesn't leave the side.
No, usually not.
Is there any? Is there? And so this is going to be a 2-tiered question specifically for you, because if it's always there, then it's not necessarily something you have to focus on moving there. So is there
Is that part of the question?
Not necessarily, but for you specifically, like, is there something that, not that that's a bad answer because it's a great one, but is there something that you have to physically, like, I want to make sure this is here every night, like my gun as well. My Glock is
Glock.
I
want to shoot my wiener off.
That's funny.
Shoot your wiener off.
I have a magnet, and right next to my bed in a certain location, it's there, you know. And until I go to use it at the range or whatever, it will stay there. So it's kind of mindless.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because at a certain point when I was taking to work every day,
exactly.
Then
we had to make sure it was there.
It was mindful then because I had one in a certain location, another, and so
we have hidden ones. Yeah.
But now, it doesn't really move much off that shelf. I guess I'm gonna have to go full circle and come back to, I can't even remember what episode it was, but then the pillowcase.
Oh, that you can feel that with your hand. So we have one, or as in we, I mean you.
What question is Cory answering then? So gun wasn't an option?
No, gun's an option, but the thing is, the gun is more. It would be like
he went from gun to fondling pillowcase. Raised edges.
So because
I have a soft side too, Todd.
Because we got out of law enforcement and we're not taking it to work every day and we're not physically placing it by our bed every night. It's something that is become.
What's the question?
Excuse me. It's something that's become like, it would be like me saying nightstand. It's my nightstand. It has to be there every night. Like, your nightstand doesn't move. It stays there. So my question is, what is something that you physically are like placing there, putting there? I need this to go to bed. And so in the past, we've talked about weird quirks that we all have. Maybe 1 or 2 people know about the fact that I have a blow dryer. Some people know that Bob fell asleep when he was younger in front of an open fridge.
The internet knows about all of those things right now.
The open fridge. And also the same amount of people probably know that Cory likes to fondle tight corners of pillowcases that he feels until failure.
They're tight.
He feels until pillowcase failure, and then purchases more.
Burst.
Yeah, purchases more. So okay, well that makes perfect sense though, because I didn't know that was a nightly. I didn't know if it was like a weird fidget like during the day, or it was like when I go to bed, like I have to have this by my side so I can fall asleep.
No, so I'll have it on the, like, if we're laying on the couch watching TV or whatever.
Yeah,
I'll have it then.
It's a big couch.
And then, yes, it is. And then when Danielle goes to bed before me, I'll normally get into the spot that she's laying in.
Oh yeah, it's pillowcase time.
It's much more comfortable.
It is pillowcase time.
Yep.
And then I have the pillowcase with me, and then I'll normally get up to go to the bathroom. And there's a lot of times I'll leave the bathroom and go into bed and then lay down and be like, shit.
I forgot my pillowcase.
I left it on the couch.
I forgot my pillowcase.
So I have to get back up and go back in the living room.
Is this kind of tantamount to MERS blankie?
Oh, easily.
I mean, we all have that.
Yeah, no.
That blankie.
Most
figure.
definitely.
Yeah, we all do. I mean, in some capacity.
Yeah. I mean,
Because he's like, oh, I have to have it, you know.
I travel with it, and
well, it's not it because it becomes multiple.
That's how I was just gonna say. It's not the same one that I've had since I was a child.
Just like literally during this show, I had a binder clip for office papers, and it failed and broke in half.
Yeah,
and I had to throw it away.
It's been several hundred pillowcases over the years.
Yeah.
So yeah, not it, but
okay.
A pillowcase.
Good answer though. The greatest part about this show is that like none of us are afraid to like give some ridiculous answer of something that kind of leaves us raw and like this is something really stupid that we do that we probably shouldn't be telling the internet, but we disclose it to the podcast anyhow. So I think that's awesome.
I will say, when we first started this podcast, there was no way, absolutely no way in fucking hell I ever would have mentioned any of this.
Yeah, exactly. But we get relaxed. And
it's now I'm like, oh, we've done so many episodes, and
but the coolest part is
I'll
that
tell whatever.
There are so many people out there that have their vices and have their little fidget niche or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, quirks. And apparently not Bob, not anymore. He grew out of all of them. He's completely fine. So, anyhow, moving right along. Todd, what's yours, buddy?
Well, based on that answer, then it's my go bag.
It's your what?
My go bag.
Your go bag, because you're traveling all the time? Well, what is your go bag?
Well, not because I'm traveling all the time, but he said the thing's got to be next to me. So my next to me in my nightstand is my Smith & Wesson 45.
Yep.
My Sustain Complete eye drops.
Mm-hmm.
One credit card. My Leatherman all-purpose tool.
Fuck you. That should be with you at every point, Todd, which you have said it's with you at
next to me.
every point.
It's in my go bag, bitch.
Dude, he is
It's in my go bag, bitch.
No, you made a statement that it was always with you.
It is right next to me. I sleep next to my Leatherman every night.
I will. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm going to give you a lot. I don't know what Cory's referencing, but I will give you a lot of credit. If you're specifically sleeping next to your Leatherman in any capacity, and you're like, whoa, hold on, something's missing. Don't have my Leatherman. Let's put it in my go bag. It needs to be here. And I think for people like Cory and myself that are in law enforcement, like
let's make that very clear before anyone listens.
No. I understand.
Eventually, you guys are gonna fucking work this shit out.
No.
Current jobs versus past jobs. It's fine.
Military and law enforcement, you get like ingrained into your head like that. You have to have these bug out bags. These bug out bags in case of whatever, in case of emergency. Ice bags that have whatever you feel is necessary. Typically, it's a weapon of some sort. A knife, a multi-tool, flint, think whatever you feel is something necessary. But anytime someone says like, Greg is huge on bug out material, like for specifically zombie apocalypse. But the fact that you're like, niche. I would have never labeled you, Todd, as someone that had a bag next to his bed that you had to have that included a weapon, a multi-tool, and very practical things. That's awesome. I think that's
I'm
amazing.
a brother man who lives in the woods with a bunch of white people.
And now we're back to the race issues.
He's just waiting for Whitey to attack.
And I didn't even get to the lotion and the friggin'
tissues.
It puts the lotion in the basket, Todd.
Exactly. A 32-ounce bottle of jerky.
I was actually hoping you were going to say, I don't even have a nightstand. It's a 50-gallon drum. I put that go bag on top of the lubricant.
Dude, when it pops off, dude, 32 ounces is probably all it's going to get you through the apocalypse.
So I'll say this.
We have to reconsider that, Todd. We'll talk.
So I'll say this. I'm going to give you my version, and then I'm going to give you something that's not.
Have we gone through everyone but you?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you something that is truly existential to leave everybody with. That's not a question. Okay. So
we just hear it and say okay.
You can respond if you want.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm going to respond.
Yeah, of course.
He's already got a question. He doesn't even.
I'm going to mute you immediately.
But keep
going.
It's a pretty amazing existential statement. So I'll say this. Next to my bed, thanks to people like Cory now that I'm outside of law enforcement, and I now have
a lot of inference to us sleeping together a lot tonight.
None of us are sleeping together. What the fuck are you talking about?
You kept talking about how long and consistent he was.
Yeah,
slow and consistent.
There were several comments you made that
Who's
made
sleeping together?
Made it seem like you and I sleep together a lot.
Yeah,
Cory was consistently deep.
I said, thanks
slow.
to Cory, this is what's next to my bed. What has to do with us?
You just said
sleeping
that, yeah, but he's
there
talking
was
about
there was something earlier that you said that, I was like,
okay, for the record, Cory and I have never slept together.
There's anything
in
wrong with it. If you love Cory, you love Cory.
There's nothing wrong with it.
That's between you and Danielle.
I understand that, but we have not.
Off the record.
We have not. Honestly.
Off the record.
Off the record, Nick's a tender lover.
I'll snuggle with Nick.
I understand that.
Totally get it.
You guys make a great throuple.
I've slept closer to Bob than I've ever slept closer to Cory.
Hey, hold on.
Danielle always gets kicked out.
Anyhow, so next to my bed, I was going to say thanks to Cory, I have the weed vape, the vessel. I have my. Sorry, apparently the Tin Man needs more grease. I have my regular vape, and I have my gun. And that has to be next to my bed outside of my phone, of course, every night. So the existential statement of the night, which I thought was pretty powerful, pretty cool, definitely did not make it up.
It's good to be high?
Yeah.
And armed, apparently.
So get this. Wrap your brains around it. At some point in time, you and your friends went out together when you were younger, outside to play for the last time, and you never knew it.
Yeah, I've seen that before. That's a completely true statement. It depends on how you look at it, but it can be a very jarring realization.
It's deep.
Yeah, very deep.
For the last time, you and your friends went out for a bike ride. You went out to do something, to toy soldiers, Ninja Turtles, whatever was the popular G.I. Joes at the time.
Yeah.
You went out to play with your friends, and that was the last time you were ever going to do that, ever.
Yeah.
So there's no question attached to it, but it really kind of opened up my mind, like, holy fuck. When was that? Was I 12? I don't know. Was I 13?
It was June 14th.
When was what? When you
went out the last time with your friends to play, and then all of a sudden you became like a younger adult and never did that again.
So you don't realize when those times were in your life? I mean,
I don't know when it stopped.
It is an existential question. Like, so looking back, do you not know when that happened?
I don't know when the last time it was. No,
and I would say no as well, because not to take away from the question, because that is a very deep question to really think about, but that applies to a lot of other stuff in life. Like if you were a fan of Legos as a kid, there was a point which you played with your Legos for the last time and then never touched them again.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it applies to a lot of things. But yeah, in retrospect, like that, that's something to really think about.
In theory, you could always, as an adult, you could buy Legos and go back and do it again. But,
it's not the same.
But I'm saying the one thing that is not the same is that, is Bob home? Is Cory home?
Right.
Is Todd home? Is Nick home?
Well, hold on. Let's be clear. None of those things are the same. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. Like, oh, I could buy Legos again. Oh, I could call my friends again.
I understand that.
It doesn't matter. All of those things are exactly like you described.
In that moment,
they're over.
Yeah, they're done,
and
you can never go back home.
The point of your existential question is that we don't realize that they're over, when that is 100% true. Do we remember when they were over? Is the implied question, and I would argue that we don't. There's no way we can, because it's only in hindsight that we know that. And if you are lucky enough to remember the last time that you played Legos because you're a Lego guy and this is the last time I played with my Legos, or this is the last time I saw those friends. This is the last time I hung out with this group of friends. If you're lucky enough to remember that, then God love you, because most people don't know when that kind of thing happened. They only wish they could remember the last time they played with those friends, that they did that thing that they loved.
And we may have,
it's now gone.
We may have gone another 7 years into high school and to dances and parties and another 7 years outside of that and another 10 years outside of that with those same friends. But that doesn't take away from the fact that at one point in time we went out to play as kids. When you were a kid, one last time. We went on a bike ride. We went up and we jumped over these whatevers. We went and played Legos. We did something for the last time, and we didn't know it. We had no clue.
I think it's even more than that. I think ultimately, my mind immediately went back to because when we were kids and them coming to get you to play, there's two. This is probably one of the best segments for me because it's going to make me think beyond this show tonight. In that. My interpretation of the question is, the last time we played as kids is when you really were kind of not responsible for your actions. Like whatever you were doing at the time, you were not going to be held accountable for forever. Like there's that's that boundary of being a kid to it. Like Bob and I freaking collecting cans for Big Brothers, Big Sisters, right? It's,
you son of a bitch.
I'm like, we weren't going to go to jail for that because we were dumbass kids.
We probably should have.
But in retrospect. But I'm just saying, ultimately, those are the things. But the twist I put on that for me, especially given that we're coming out of a pandemic, is how many of those people now do you believe are your friends? I mean, ultimately, that's kind of the weird thing. Is there's people that I did like the last time I went and played touch football, I can remember vividly who those people were, which is really funny because if you ask me to remember a ton of things from 2 weeks ago, I couldn't tell you. But I remember the last smear the queer football game I played.
Hey, hold on.
Right? No, that's what it was, again, it was for right or for wrong. That's what, and for wrong, I mean, again, those were the terms we used when we played that game. And I remember the last time, at least around the last time that I played it, but I'm like, and how many of those people are my friends? I mean, ultimately, I remember that time, and I even remember those names, but a lot of those people aren't my friends. Yeah. And quite honestly, a lot of people who I thought were my friends, even in the newer times, aren't really my friends. And so this is a good one. I mean, because I'll be thinking about this for forever. Because then, what do you do with it?
This is why this is a great question, because it doesn't matter how old I am, how old Todd is, even though Todd's older than me, how old Cory and Nick are.
Why is that true? Why would you say that?
We've all
he just muted you.
We've all experienced a past phase of your life in which you had different friends that you have now. The friends that you had, and then at some point, you guys just grew apart. You grew apart. Somebody moved on to a different phase of their life, and you weren't ready to follow them. You moved on to a different phase of your life, and they weren't ready to follow you. It happens to everyone. And so, have you recognized that? Have you decided that that is something that is nostalgic for you? And do you miss that part of your life? It may cause you to reach back out to those people that you haven't maybe talked to for years. Or are you thinking now about those people that you're friends with on Facebook or Instagram that you're lucky enough to reconnect with?
There's one thing to be said about being an adult and making the decision to be friends with someone for your adult qualities versus having a childlike joie de vivre.
Well, and when you were a kid as well, like Nick is basically kind of saying with that fancy French word,
joie de vivre,
that you were forced to have
3 words.
Oh, sorry, but you grew up around the people that were near you in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's like those were your friends because that's who was closest to you. But as Todd said as well, like, yeah, eventually those relationships can kind of grow apart and go their separate ways. And then as an adult, you really find out who's actually your friend and close to you. And those people are around from, I don't know, I'd say maybe 20, 25 on up. That's, I think, when you find out who your real friends are.
Well, I think like Jerry Seinfeld said, he's like, it's amazing. When you're a kid, you don't care. You know, there's another kid running in front of my house. Oh, my God, you're in front of my house. You're my friend. You're my friend. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Pop Rocks? I like Pop Rocks. You're my best friend. You know, but then you become an adult and then you know, but you look back because it's funny because there's people I've gone through high school with and that through high school I really did not hang out with, but came to my house every day and we hung out, we played. And I'm like, it's so weird that as a human being, like our minds change so much from being, obviously the term like from the mouth of babes. You know, everything is so innocent. You know, you don't care about anything else but just this is another person. I'm having fun with you. You don't think about what you look like, where you're from, how much money you have. Like none of these things come into your mind. You're just friends. You're just friends.
because at some point we begin to put our own self-interest ahead of everything else, and ultimately, however, and it's a natural thing. Our own self-interest kind of promote that. It's an interesting conundrum because ultimately I think for us, and, you know, not to get too deep on a podcast, but for us to make it as a society, we have to care about each other, but we are kind of been wired to kind of figure out how, as we grow older, how do we best take care of ourselves and surround us with people who are also at least partially interested in making sure that we take care of ourselves.
and I really think like to leave it at one point for me, like, and to just dive super deep. My version of heaven is to have that same feeling that you had when you were a child and just love everyone that same way. Yep. Have a great time with anybody. If anyone had anything in common with you, they're your friend. I feel like that is the mindset. Like if there is some heaven out there, some afterlife, like that's the way I hope it is.
No, I'm with you. The weird thing is I actually, and this is again, not to get too deep. The one thing that, and this is the human frailty in this thing, that I'm with you. That I think that is utopian. The problem is, and one of the questions I always ask with religious people is, if there is a heaven, do you have a memory? And if so, if you do, you might remember how someone you love so much hurt you so in a way that is irreparable. Mm-hmm. And that is kind of the weird kind of crux, right? I'm with you, Nick. That's in heaven. All that stuff's forgotten because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But it's like, you also want to hope that anybody who wronged you in such a profound way that there's some sort of like, again, justice. I think justice. That's why there's no justice, no peace. But it's a weird thing.
I guess in my mind, it's like that. If you think about the happiest moment you've had on Earth,
yep.
Let's say you're in the Caribbean, you're with your wife, you just got married, you're on your honeymoon, whatever. Are you thinking about the people that wronged you in second grade? Probably not. And
no, but
so
I would ask this question: the happiest moment of my life, though. I'll put it to you this way. So you're right. Here's the thing, though, and I struggle with this as a human being. One of the happiest moments of my life, and this is no lie and no bullshit, was the last time I was with you guys in person to do a podcast.
Well, shucks, Todd.
No,
motherfucker.
I'm just saying. It's not a lie or exaggeration. Unfortunately, I can name 6 or 7 or 10 other moments right now, but I mean, ultimately, they get trumped because as we get older, we realize that time is not on our side. That is a constant, right? Time moves forward, and so you place the value on that thing. And as much as I love playing a game with a horrible name, Smear the Queer, we shouldn't have. Again, not trying to be woke or anything, but. Again, it's the wrong thing. No, but you weren't? Looking back as an adult, it was the wrong thing to say because of the connotations. But now I'm older, and those things while if it was the last time I played that game, don't even they're not even close to the last time I hung out with you guys. The last time I freaking slept on your futon, Nick. Not even close. I would trade those. I would trade those memories in a nanobit.
That was probably the best review my futon's ever gotten, honestly.
Indeed,
I really
and so again,
appreciate
I think kind of
Todd
not
Dillon,
knowing
5 stars. Wouldn't sleep here again.
Exactly.
No, but
like I said,
but
you
there's
guys, my time with you guys is so valuable because you know what? I get it, and I wouldn't spend it with you if it wasn't important to me.
Todd, there's something to be said about being around people and being their friends because they're who you're with at the time and you're a child and you don't know any different. But to be an adult and choose your friends who also choose you is something I think is priceless.
Special. Absolutely. 100%.
We love you, brother.
Oh, same here, man. I didn't want to drag us too deep into the bus, but I wanted to elevate our consciousness.
No, sometimes it's okay to drag us down into, the friendship that we all have. And I love all you guys.
Love you too, man. Love all you guys too.
I wish.
Well,
Cory
I guess I should say it now. I love you guys too. Jesus Christ.
I just wish Cory was taller. I don't love you fuckers that much.
I wish you were taller than me. So.
And with that, we love all of you. Thank you for joining us. Please join us here each and every weekend. And we'll see you next time. We love you. Peace out.